Hey guys, welcome back. Do you ever feel like you've just cleaned your whole house and it doesn't look clean? I feel the same way sometimes, and so I've looked into it and I've come up with 17 reasons why that happens. And maybe you don't have all of these reasons, maybe you only have some of these reasons, but I think this is a really good list so that you can see what you might be doing that could be making your house to appear like it's not clean or tidy when it really is. So let's get started. So the first reason why your home may not look clean is it could be down to if you've got old or worn carpets or rugs. So one of the things that I've done is some of my rugs are more than a decade old. I've even got a carpet that has a number of stains on it. So with some of my area rugs, I've recently replaced a few of them and it's made a huge difference in my rooms. And then the other thing with my carpet, if it's a carpet and it's a little bit more expensive to replace, what you could do is you could put a bigger area rug on top of it and almost hide the existing rug. A lot of people do that and I think it looks really good. Another thing is your switch plates on your light switches could be old or dirty or scratched. If you've tried cleaning them and they don't look good, I think a really easy switch you could do in your home is just change those out. It's a little bit of an investment if you want to do them all. Maybe you just do a few of the ones that don't look as good, but I find that makes a really big difference. The next item is your lampshades. If you've got dusty lampshades, these just are a magnet for dust and I often have to vacuum them. I find that when you don't vacuum them, the light isn't as bright and it just looks dull and dirty. So go ahead and put the brush attachment on your vacuum and vacuum them up. If you don't have that, you could also use a lint roller. I've totally used that in a pinch and it works really well and it just gets all of the dust off of that lampshade. And the same idea with your lamp covers. If you've got covers on your lamps and your light fixtures, just take them off, throw them in the dishwasher and they will get sparkling clean and make a really big impact. Another reason why your home may look dirty, even when you've just cleaned it, is that you just simply have too much stuff. So try to take a picture of a room and then look at that photo and just objectively say, like, what do I have in this room that's too much? Do I have too many throw pillows? Do I have too many blankets? Do I have too many knickknacks? Do I have too many books? Do I have too many magazines? What are the things that you've just got too much of, whether it's piles or lots of them in a room? I guarantee you, minimizing the look of the room, minimizing the amount of things in the room will really make a big difference. Even thinking about the top of your fridge, you walk into your kitchen and your eye just goes to the top of your fridge, and if you've got lots of stuff piled in there, that could also be making your house look messy. Another thing is piles of paper. I'm going to do a video really soon on getting rid of paper clutter, but piles of paper are just death by 1,000 cuts in your house. Okay, another reason is if you've got dirty bottles or containers on your countertops or on your vanity. So let me explain what I mean. So you know how you just clean your kitchen, everything looks spotless, but then you haven't cleaned off like the soap dispenser or the sponge holder? That's what I'm talking about. So just go ahead and take your containers and give them a rinse, wipe them down. It really makes a big difference. And in your bathrooms especially, you just want to wipe those down every time you clean the bathroom, and that will really help your house to look a lot cleaner when you've just cleaned. The next is scuff marks on your walls. These just happen. I even recently painted this entryway that I'm sitting in right now, and already there are scuffs. I think the easiest way to get rid of scuffs is with a magic eraser. Now, obviously, don't go too crazy because the way that the magic eraser works is it's a mild abrasive and it takes a little bit of the paint off, but it does remove the scuffs and will help the paint and your wall look a lot better. If you don't want to do that, you could also try some baking soda dipped in a little bit of water and just gently wash off that scuff. It will really make a big impact. I think that a scuffed up wall just really doesn't look the best. So as much as you can minimize the scuffs, it will immediately look cleaner. Next is nail holes in your walls. We have this and we just kind of have become accustomed to them, so we don't notice them, we don't do anything about them. But if you've got these, you can easily cover them up. Just get some spackling, cover them up, and it will instantly look a lot better. Another thing is fingerprints, especially if you have kids. I have fingerprints all over the house. Sometimes I will go at my 6-year-old's level and just like wipe the walls or the door frames especially, and I will just see so many fingerprints there. Whether it's, the door frames or the baseboards or the walls or the fridge, fingerprints are a big culprit when making your house look like it's not clean. Number 10 is dirty windows inside and out. So I think that you should just give your windows on the inside a quick clean, maybe once a month, and then maybe a couple of times a year. If you can do the outside, it will make your windows look much better, and it will also let more light into your home. It will look brighter inside, and it's just a great thing to do. Next is toilet stains. And I'm not talking about just like if you have a dirty toilet. I'm talking about those stains that stick around after you've cleaned your toilet. I have a really good video. After you watch this one, go check that one out, but it's all about how you can get rid of those toilet stains with pumice. So there's this stick called a pummie. It's like a pummie heavy duty scouring stick, and you just scrape those hard water stains out. They look really bad. They're like these brown stains. They're in older toilets or toilets where maybe water has been sitting in for a while, and you can't get them out with regular cleaning. Not even vinegar will help. I have tried. Use the pummie sticks, and this will completely get rid of the stain, and your toilet will look brand new. Trust me on this one. And then speaking of stains, another one is just like stains on your couch or stains on your carpet. I actually like to use Tough Stuff. I think that especially if you don't know what the stain is, I just find that it gets rid of a multitude of stains and issues and works really well on cloth and upholstered surfaces. Especially on couches, I would recommend focusing on the arms. The skin oils get on your sofas, and before you know it, your sofa arms are like turning dark or turning brown. So I think just focusing on those areas and getting rid of the stains will make a big difference. Another one is dirty baseboards. I hate cleaning the baseboards. I just find them, mostly I hate it because you have to bend down and clean them, but dusty, dirty baseboards could also be making your home look dirty. It's like one of those areas that nobody really enjoys cleaning, but then it also could make your whole room look dirty if you don't clean them. One of the ways you can do this, obviously you can vacuum them. You can use a scrubber spin brush, which I've used in the past. And I did give a hack before where you could actually, once you've vacuumed them, you could use a dryer sheet, and that supposedly repels the dirt and the dust. I have tried that on my baseboards. I will say I do think it's working quite well. Okay, next is damaged flooring. In our home, I have bamboo floor easily, so it has a lot of marks, a lot of scratches, and even after I've just cleaned it, it does not look very clean. What I'm trying to do with the bamboo, we do want to replace it eventually, but in the meantime, I'm just putting down as many area rugs as I can to kind of cover it. And really, I think that's the big thing and the only thing you can do when you've got damaged floors, unless you want to replace it. That's something that you can do and that will immediately make your house look cleaner. Another thing is dusty or old or wrinkled fabric. So just sort of think about the things in your living room. For example, if you've got really old throw pillows that are like flattened, if you've got dusty or wrinkled curtains, if your sofa has big wrinkles in it, I think these things could also make your house look like it's not clean, even if you've just cleaned it. So one of the things you could think about is replacing your throw pillows or potentially getting a pillow cover that you could put your pillows into, anything to make the fabrics look better. Even just getting like a new blanket could make a big impact and make it look a lot better. Or even like a slip cover on your sofa if you feel like you might need one. Next is old dish towels. This is something I'm very super guilty of because we go through a couple dish towels a day. I try to replace them daily, and then sometimes I don't realize like how old and dirty looking they're getting because I'm just used to seeing them, and you know, we use them for a lot of different things, so they don't last very long. So that's one thing. Just take a look at your dish towels and see if there are any that you need to toss, or you know, you could start using them as rags or cleaning materials and get some new fresh ones. It's not an expensive change, but I do think that it could really help with if you're trying to go for that really clean look. Next is small items all over the house. So I would say kind of look around your house and see if you've got really small items in different rooms. I think that lots of small items in a room, it just is a lot of visual clutter. And so even though your house could be spotless, it just doesn't appear that way to your eye. So it makes you think that it's not as clean as it is. So see if you've got like small little items around, whether it's collectibles, lots of small appliances on a counter, small books in piles, lots of small glasses or things in a cabinet that you can kind of see through. So just sort of think about these things and really say like, is this cluttered? Is it too many small items? Is that making this room look cluttered and not as clean as it is? So those are my tips and the reasons why your home could look dirty even when you've just cleaned it. I encourage you to click on this next video for some more cleaning tips and tricks. You can check out this playlist here. Thanks so much for watching. And if, by the way, if you're not subscribed, I would love to have you around my channel. I give lots of helpful home hacks, and I hope to see you here, and I'll see you later.